Hello everyone, thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you're having a beautiful day today. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much. I appreciate you. And if you're new, don't forget to subscribe so you know when I'm on here. Today I want to share with you what's in my bag. I love what's in my bag videos. I've been watching them for years, literally years. I think they're really fun to watch. You get some tips and ideas that us women can share with one another when it comes to what to put in our bag, what kind of bag to get, etc. So hopefully you'll enjoy this. So this is my bag, and I'm going to show you what's in my bag. It's my satchel. This is by Michael Kors. I happen to love satchels. I literally love satchels. In fact, they're one of my favorite bags to carry. I love totes. I love crossbodies. I love backpacks. I use them as well. And I also have to use a briefcase for work. But there's something about a satchel that is so retro, so classy, so chic, and carrying it on your arm that I absolutely adore. And you have the bag really close to you right there on your arm. Anyway, when I was carrying a different satchel from this one, I was using the LV, and you know there's not much pocket configuration in those. I carried a bunch of other different type of satchels, a lot of the Fossil one, my Sydney and my Rachel. I can do a review on those bags if you'd like to some other time. And then Michael Kors came out with this one a few years ago, and I've had this for years. This bag was so well made, and when I saw it, I absolutely fell in love with it. And the reason why, this leather is such beautiful leather, and it's one of my favorite colors. As you can see, I love leather in that color. This is my journal. So but this color is beautiful. And what impressed me even more, not only was it a little bit bigger, but not too big, because you know they make satchels where it's like long, or this one is just right, is the handles. I'm very meticulous when I'm looking at a bag. The handles, because there's nothing more upsetting when you get a designer bag, because this is our investment. For us women, this is our pride and joy, where we put personal things inside there. So, but have you ever seen where you buy a designer bag, whether it's canvas coated or leather, and then the handle is cheap and that's not real leather? And then it starts pilling, it starts discoloring. I don't like that, but not with this bag. I've had this bag for years, literally years, and look at how well they did the handles. Love this bag. Now there are two different type of satchels that came out when they did this one. One has little hooks on the side where you can have a crossbody. That leather is totally different quality than this one. This one is more of an upgrade. I love the gold hardware. It has no pockets on the outside, and I'm okay with that. The gold hardware was really meticulously done. It's not too loud. It's just right. It does not have feet on the bottom, but I'm okay with that, because word of thought, never put your bag on the floor. I never put my bag on the floor. Someone once taught me, never put your bag on the floor, because your money will leave. And so that's true. So they did a really nice job. You can see there the stitching, really beautiful. So anyway, let's get inside, and what do I have in my bag? Let me open this up. Now here's another reason that I like satchels. I can leave this open when I'm driving and put it on my passenger side, and have a bird's eye view of everything that I need that's in there. And as opposed to when I'm using a tote, I have to put my arm in there and rummage and try to find what I'm looking for. But here, you see how it opens up, and I have everything right there at a bird's eye view. Now, let me start with this, and let's start going from what's in here. Let's start with cosmetic bag. Can we have a little conversation on this? No matter how neat, I have always been with my cosmetic bags, and I love all those pretty ones. I have a bunch of pretty ones. I don't get them anymore. No matter how neat you are, whether you're Monica Gellert from Friends, or, Felix Unger from The Odd Couple. Remember, he was a neat freak? I don't know. I go back in the old school days, and I used to love that show. But makeup residue ends up dirtying the inside of your cosmetic bag, no matter how neat you are. So I got this a long time ago from Bloomingdale's, and this is their little brown cosmetic bag. You can get this in the store, you can get this online. I got this at their outlet store. They're not that expensive, and this one I've had for already like 5 years. Literally, seriously, for 5 years. Has a little peeling inside there and in there. Doesn't bother me. When I get a chance to go to the outlet store, I'll get an upgrade. I have also their other little brown bags, and I have another one in there. But this is the best cosmetic bag I have literally ever used. You don't have to worry about it getting dirty, if it's cotton, if it's canvas, or pilling, or if you wear makeup and then the makeup bag gets dirty. Not at all with this one. Let me show you what I put in here. So of course, TikToks, gotta have TikToks. Ponytails, scrunchie, and then Tylenol. Never know if you need one or if someone needs one. This is Vaseline cocoa butter to keep your lips moisture. And then I got this lipstick in New York when I was in New York, so I've had it in there. If you ever need to clean your hands, I always carry wet ones, so you want to wipe your hands clean. The best eyeliner in the world, as far as I'm concerned, and that is by L'Oreal. Love that eyeliner. So this is how I remedy what was going on with my cosmetic bag. It's the blush or the pressed powder. Seriously, it's the blush or the... Now, even if you have your blush tightly closed, some way, somehow, some of the residue powder from your blush or pressed powder has a way of sneaking out and dirtying the inside of your bag. So you know what I did to remedy that? I got myself a retractable blush brush, okay? And what I do in the morning when I do my makeup, after I'm done, I will put some blush on here, and then I close it and I leave it like that. And the makeup stays on the brush. So at the end of the day, if I need to touch up my blush, there's blush that stays on here. When I started doing that, I have no more issues with blush getting inside my bag or pressed powder. And by the way, if you're wearing really good makeup, it typically should have good pigmentation and you shouldn't have to touch it up all day long. But this is the brush that I use. I love this retractable brush. It's by Echo Tools, and you can find this at Ulta, I'm sure, and Target, maybe Marshalls, you can catch it. Now, this is one that I carry, and if it's not this one, when I'm cleaning this one out and disinfecting it, etc., because you want to do that periodically with your brushes, I use my Laura Geller retractable. I don't have it here on my desk, but one of the best retractable blush brushes. I'll put a link to it below, but it's either this one or my Laura Geller. Those are my two favorite blush brush. Love this. Okay, so let me put that back in there. And yes, I'm telling you, this makeup bag for traveling, perfect. And you can use this for a variety of things. It is just wonderful, especially for traveling. I love that. Now they have a little one. Look at this little cutesy poche. Isn't this really cute? This is a little brown bag, and by Bloomingdale's as well. I have my luggage keys on here, and what I use for this one to carry my old AirPods. That's what I use this for, because I keep my newer AirPods at home, but I carry my old ones in here in case I don't want to lose my new one. And it's really good. It helps if you have a slight hearing problem. The volume is wonderful. Okay, so what else do we have here? Okay, this is my pill vitamin box. This is by Coach. I got this from their online. And what I like about this is that if you take vitamins, pills, it has this pocket here, so you can put your card in here to your doctor or emergency card. So if you have allergies or anything, or you want to put your vitamins Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, it's in there. And I really like this. It's a little bit bigger than I would care for it to be, but I've gotten used to it. I really like this, so I use that all the time. Okay, so what else do we have in here? Of course, my glasses, my Ray-Ban glasses are in there. And then I do not like pen marks in my purse, so I put my pen in this leather quiver. So you can find these online as well. So, but this is to avoid getting pen marks inside your purse. Highly recommend that. Of course, Purell, the lavender one. Love this one. Smells really good. Okay, I am from old school. I've been using Casio since I was a child. So every time, whenever this one breaks down, I just throw it out and get a new one. They're so inexpensive. You can find these at Walmart or even at on Amazon, of course. It has the cover, but I take it off. But when I'm at a coffee shop or I want to crunch some numbers, I like to use this. Okay, another thing that I want to share with you. You see this? This is what I call stress-free planning. Listen to me, my friend. Stress-free planning. I carry a planner, an A5 planner that I have I carry it either in my backpack or in my briefcase. But if you want to lower the level of stress of the things that you have to do, the less space you have to write, the less you're giving yourself to do. The bigger the planner, the more you're giving yourself to do, because you're going to try to find things to write in there. I do my budgeting in here, list to do, my groceries, you name it, I put it in these little composition books. I buy these by the bunch, and they are wonderful. I'm telling you, if you've never tried, a composition book, I love them. I'm from the old school, but this is what I call stress-free planning. Just something simple to go, and then, when I'm driving and I stop at a red light and I got to take a quick peek at something, I have it right there. They come also in a pack like this. This you can get at the dollar store. They come in a pack of 3, and they last me a long time. They last me, I would say, about a month or 2. No stickers, no pictures, no nothing. When I'm done with it, whoop, I just recycle and that's it, and take out a new one. I have a bunch of these stored away, but this, I call this stress-free planning. This right here. Love these planners, these little composition books. Okay, now, here's a question that I want to make. If you get a piece of paper and I asked you, can you write down on a blank piece of paper 10 phone numbers of the closest family members or your best friends, would you be able to do that? If you can, I applaud you. But if you can't, you're not alone. And the reason why is because we have become, let me put all this here on the side, because I want to focus your attention on the importance of this. I'm going to be like an auntie over here. It is so important to have phone numbers written down other than in your phone. Heaven forbids you lose your phone. Would you know any of those numbers by heart, who to get in touch with? Or heaven forbids you faint or something happens or you fall conscious somewhere, rather than somebody going and trying to go through your phone to get the password or go to your house, something like that, immediately they can open this up and look at contacts, emergency, etc. Also, I use this as a little go-to planner, so that when I cannot take my big planner with me, no problems, no worries, I have this one in my purse all the time. This is by Moterm. I got this years ago online, and this is when they were first launching their product. Moterm planners have become very popular, and this is when they were starting off. This is leather and black, and I have my cards in there. I have sticky notes in here. I typically have business cards in here, but I took them out to do this video. I have this little, you see this little planner here where it's a week on one page of notes, and this you can get at Walmart. So you can see Pen and Gear, they have it at Walmart. I took the cards out, but you can see you can get these online. This is the passport size. So this is the passport size. This is a passport size. So this is a cover I have in here, and I took my cards out. I have my business cards and, any of the cards I have in there. This is also from Moterm. I have the Travelers Company as a standard, but this one kind of just as nice, and you can put other things in here. I have a composition notebook in here, and I have phone numbers in there, and then this you can put emergency stash in there. Okay, and then here I have this Hobonichi pencil board that I've had for a long time, so I have that in there. But I love this little passport size. It's always ideal to carry something to actually physically write phone numbers in, to carry them as an emergency. Now what I do when I want to switch out, I have others. So when I'm not using this one is a passport size. This is by Travelers Company. boy, has this taken a lot of trips. This is one of the best ones also to take with you on a trip because it is so lightweight. This was in the brown or the camel, something like that. I even still have my 2019. I always leave this in there because I have a lot of memorabilia in there. But this is another one that I use, and this is in the passport size when I'm not using that one. I have this one. I've had this for a long time, and this is Day Runner, and you can see I have phone numbers in there as well. It turns into a wallet, and this is their genuine leather. So it's got the pen loop there. Now, during the winter time, I upsize it to a pocket-sized traveler's notebook. The reason why, holidays are around the corner. You got to do your Christmas list, or planning, traveling, etc. So this one I keep prepped up for the holidays. I already have the notebooks in here. You can get these notebooks. They're very inexpensive. They come in a pack of 3. I got my old field notes in there. They come in a pack of 3. I got these at Walmart. And then it's got the pen loop, and I got a back pocket. I know some people might ask, oh, where'd you get that? I have to apologize, but this company was so good at making Traveler's Notebook. I've had this for years. Look at the condition of it. Look at that. But they're no longer in business. I'm so glad that I was able to purchase quite a few of them in different sizes. This is one that they did, and this one is another one from that company. I don't know what happened to them, but they did such beautiful work. It's really sad when you see someone go out of business. They were on Etsy, so but anyway, so what I do is I always switch out of these. And I always make sure they're predominantly the same size. So there you go. Okay, so I wanted to share that with you. What else do we have in here? Of course, my Kindle. Cannot leave home without it. Now, since I can't carry my personal Bible in here, if I don't carry it here, I'm going to show you what I carry in addition to my satchel. Okay, this is a Bible. This is called a checkbook Bible, and it is like as if it were a checkbook. You can get this on Amazon. This one in particular, I don't think that you could get it anymore. What I like about this one is that it is the New Testament, but it has the Psalms and the Proverbs on the back. And also the font is a little bit bigger. I think this is like 7-point font. Now, I'm someone who needs to use reading glasses. I have to use reading glasses. And the font, because I use this outdoor, there's bright sunlight, I have no problems reading it. I'll leave one similar. Thomas Nelson. Love, love, love Thomas Nelson. They make one similar, but the only thing is that theirs is double column, and it is 6-point font. So I just wanted to let you know that. But I love these because when it comes to the Lord, I gotta take the Lord with me wherever I go. Okay, so I'm gonna put everything else back in and then share with you my wallet. Here I have backup earbuds. If you never know if you might need a mask. I keep a paper bag in here. It's always good to keep a paper bag in here in case someone needs it and I don't know, they're hyperventilating or something. So, so I'm going to put all this stuff back in so I can have more room here in my desk. And see, a lot of the stuff fits in here, and this is why I love satchels, because I have a bird's eye view of everything that I need. When I'm driving, everything is right there, and yeah, so I love that. Love this bag. Okay, this is my wallet. This is my Michael Kors signature wallet. I love this wallet. I love zip around wallets. This is their signature. What I love about the Michael Kors Jet Set zip around wallets, which by the way, they're very, very popular. You can find them online or you can go into the outlet store. I've had this for years, for a long, long time, has held up mighty, mighty well. I think this is going on probably 4 or 5 years now. Yeah, 4 or 5 years. Now, I'm not going to open it up because I have personal things inside, but I'm going to show you what it looks like inside. But I want to say the reason why I like the Jet Set zipper-on wallet by Michael Kors. It's more slim, whereas opposed to other ones are a little bit too wide, and this one is more slim, so you have a nice grip to it. So let me show you what's inside. Okay. I have others. I have in other colors. So when they go on sale, I grab them and I save them. So I have backup. But I'm so glad that they don't stop making these because they are very, very popular. This looks like it's a little bit bigger, but it's not. It's just that this one is really bulky and packed to the mail. But let me show you how their wallets look like inside. This is what I like about the wallet. You can turn it into a wristlet. So you see, you can turn it into a wristlet. So if you don't want to carry your purse with you because you're going to go to the store and you want to put your phone in your back pocket and just take your wristlet with you, that's what I love about this wallet. It turns into a wristlet and it has a nice grip to it, and you can put the wristlet back inside. I also love the pocket configuration. So if you're used to cash envelope systems, plenty of room for that. Also plenty of room for receipts. It's got the zipper coin pocket, and then it's got all these card slots here. It's got these card slots here, so if you have a family and you carry cards or IDs or anything for them, that's there. Then the ID window right there, and it's got a pocket here, a slip pocket here, and a secret pocket here to stash some cash and forget that you have it. So I really, really like this. What's nice also is that you can even just like, sometimes I throw my pen in there, or even the pen. A pen fits in there as well. And this is a chunky pen. So, but you can put your pen in there. So that's what I like about the Michael Kors Jet Set wallet. I really, really like them. So when I'm not using this one, if I want to, since the pocket configurations are exactly the same, I don't have to worry about, oh, this is not going to fit. I'm going to have to leave that there. Same thing. So I like to organize my wallets like that. And yeah, and that is basically it. So that is all the stuff that I have in my bag. Love this satchel bag. It's held out really well. I've had it for quite a few years now. Now, my iPad does not fit in there. I like to carry a book to read. I'm reading a book by Charles Spurgeon because we got to pray for people out there. And I carry my devotional, etc., water bottle. So what I do when I carry a satchel, I put the rest of the stuff in here, in my Kanken little backpack. You don't have to get a backpack this brand. Any little backpack, as long as it's lightweight. But I like the idea of, putting other stuff in here and not stuffing my satchel too much. Or if I'm carrying a tote bag, then everything fits in the tote bag. But once in a while, I gotta give the tote bag a break because, your shoulder starts hurting and it gets heavy and you feel like the hunchback of Notre Dame. So, so that's what I do. Anything that doesn't fit in here, I put books in here, my water bottle in here. If I'm going to the store and I buy something, I can put it in here as well. I put my umbrella in here, so I always like carrying a backpack. And yeah, that is basically it. That is what's in my bag. Anyway, thank you so much for hanging out with me. If you have any questions, let me know. I'll leave a link to a couple of the items, a few of the items that I have in here. Some I'm sure they don't make them anymore like this, unfortunately. But if you have any questions, let me know. And thank you so much for hanging out with me. Wishing you a beautiful, beautiful, blessed day. Thank you.